If I was going to get a t-shirt to guide my decision making, and Lord knows I love that idea, it would read WWCD. What would Cookie do? Who's Cookie? Jeremy Cook, former BBC correspondent, my work dad, and one of the greatest humans alive. So I want to tell you a little bit about why he is so central to my beliefs about how we move through uncertainty. And at the same time, I'd love for you to think about who is the greatest human alive that you know personally. For me, Jeremy Cook has been such a huge influence on how I do my work in the world, what kind of human I am. When I first met him, I was a baby journalist. I was desperate to go everywhere and see everything, and I had not really been anywhere or seen anything. And we were in New York, and there was a huge mudslide in the Dominican Republic. Hundreds, maybe thousands dead. Part of our beat, off we went. But we were sent without enough supplies, without enough technical gear, without enough people, and without enough money. So it was going to be tough. For me, it was a chance to prove myself, right? We were told, win at all costs. You've got to beat the competition, which is why we were sent off without anything, right? It was to get ahead of the other guys. And I went to work problem solving. Cookie went to work problem solving with the story, but also setting an example for how to be on the road, for how to interact with everyone we met. People who were experiencing loss, the people we were trying to make deals with to get a place to sleep, every single person. And it deeply impacted me. It was the first experience I had of death. I mean, real death. It was as if the place largely had been erased. So you only saw death in that you smelled it, and anyone who has worked in the military or journalism or emergency services knows that smell. Or we saw dead people in the trees, because when it had come through, they were hanging in the palm trees. It was pretty horrific. And there wasn't much to film. So we had gone forward to a clinic to see a doctor who was treating some of the people who had survived with injuries and who had pretty severe mental trauma. And while we were talking to him, a woman came up to me and started telling me what I could understand in Spanish, that she had 5 children and they had been ripped from her. And she had 5 children and she had lost them. She had 5 children and they were gone. And she could hear, I guess she understood that we were trying to say to the doctor, would he come with us to tour the site? Because we were looking to film something so we could have a piece on that evening's news. And she became desperate for us to take her back to where she had last been with her children. Because what had happened was that she had been trying to hold on to all 5 of her children, and the water and the mud had swept them away, and she had survived. And she was trapped in the pain of that moment and desperately wanted us to take her back to where she had last seen her children. Time really stopped for me. In my heart, I thought, we can't do that. And to give you a cold, hard TV news perspective, You know, that is a grieving mother with her hands in the mud and Cookie patting her back. That's TV award material. That's TV award material right there. You want to talk about beating the competition? Ooh, that's it. And I looked at Cookie, and he gave me a look that I would come to know very well over our many years of friendship. Nah, Marshall. Mm-mm. And I thought, I will follow this man anywhere. He was so clear on where his boundaries were, on who he was, that he wasn't going to compromise that for anything. And the doctor said we did the right thing. It was the right thing. It was still horrible trying to comfort her, pull her away from me so we could leave. But what I learned about Cookie was that he carried with him something so powerful that no amount of chaos or pressure would push him into doing anything beyond the right thing, right? He was complete. And that was something I could follow, and it was something I could model. And it also was something that was like, okay, I can start to trust that in myself. That's incredibly powerful. And he wasn't trying to be a leader. He just is one. But a lot of people that have spent time with him learned that. And I wonder now, if you go to whoever was special to you, or whoever is special to you, I will bet that they are the person who has that really strong internal compass. And it doesn't matter that you're not in a horrible mudslide or dodging bullets. You are going to be in a place that feels pretty sticky or hard or awful. Or maybe like your choices aren't good. And having something strong inside of you, or someone strong beside you, can say, you know what, guys, that's not right. Or, hey, we're taking this one off the board. We know the direction. Is incredibly strong. It helps create momentum and movement. It rarely causes stuckness, because it is something you carry with you. So what would Cookie do? If you don't have a Cookie, you can borrow him. Because I'll tell you what, you're going to need this, right? There is going to be a moment sooner than you think, right? You might get the call tonight saying, we're going to go with this crisis strategy. What do you think? And you need to know where those red lines are, what it is that matters to you. Because that is what allows you to pivot and respond to change at the pace that we are experiencing it. It is what you carry inside yourself. I could tell you a million stories about Cookie, and I probably will, because his strength is internal. Also, he is just a wonderful human. And we need more of those. We need more of those in marketing. We need more of those in government. We need more of those in every type of business. Journalism, we could use more of them. So that is the message I want to share with you. What would Cookie do? What would you put on your t-shirt?